In a stunning and an unexpected move, Admiral Alvin Halsey, the head of the U.S. Southern Command, has announced his resignation less than a year into the service. His departure comes right as the United States ramps up military activity in the Caribbean, targeting what it calls Venezuelan drug routes. But many are asking, is this really about drugs or something much bigger? With US President Donald Trump reportedly authorizing the CIA operations inside Venezuela, whispers of coup plans and military enrichment of Caracas, Halsey's sudden exit might be more than just retirement. Welcome to the full breakdown on TFI Global. US Southern Command shakeup, the Venezuela crisis and Trump's hidden strategy. Admiral Alvin Halsey took command of SOUTHCOM in November 2024, responsible for US military operations across Latin America and the Caribbean. But less than a year later, he's been stepping down. Officially, the Pentagon called it a personal decision, but the timing, it couldn't be more suspicious. His resignation follows Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's fiery speech just weeks earlier, where he told the military officers, if you don't like how we do things, do the honorable thing and resign. Hegseth, a vocal Trump ally, has been reshaping the military's culture, stripping away what he calls woke policies and pushing for a more aggressive warrior ethos. Now, with Halsey leaving right as US ships, bombers and special forces move closer to Venezuela, the question arises, did Halsey disagree with what's coming next? Under Trump's directive, the US forces have built up what analysts call the largest Caribbean military presence in 2 decades. Here's what's in play. Over 10,000 US troops deployed in and around Puerto Rico, Navy destroyers, USS Gravely, USS Jason Dunham and USS Sampson patrolling the waters, a nuclear attack submarine lurking underwater, B-52 bombers and F-35 fighters conducting the aerial drills, and elite special operations helicopters, the kind used for lightning-fast strikes. The official narrative, crackdown on Venezuelan narco-trafficking. But there's a problem. Venezuela isn't a major cocaine producer. According to the US data, only about 10 to 15% of global cocaine shipments even pass through Venezuela. Most come from Colombia. So, if it is not about drugs, what is really going on? Recent leaks suggest this military buildup could be part of a covert regime change plan, one that goes far beyond maritime security. Multiple reports indicate that Trump has given the CIA direct authorization for operations inside Venezuela. That includes sabotage missions, targeted assassinations, and covert coordination with opposition groups. For context, this is highly unusual. Presidents rarely make such operations public, but Trump's bold, almost taunting tone towards President Nicolas Maduro has left little to the imagination. And now, with Halsey gone, the path could be clear for a new SOUTHCOM chief, more aligned with Trump's maximum pressure policy, even if that means direct military intervention. Meanwhile, in Caracas, President Nicolas Maduro isn't sitting idle. He's mobilized over 4.5 million militia members, armed civilians trained for defense, and deployed them along the borders and coasts. Maduro declared no empire will invade Venezuela again. Venezuela is also tightening its strategic alliance with China and Russia. Both nations have warned Washington to stay out. China continues buying Venezuelan oil and supplying advanced drones and radars. Russia has hinted at providing air defense systems and advisors, echoing the Syrian playbook. If the US pushes further, it risks triggering a proxy conflict, this time in the Western Hemisphere. So what's really driving Trump's escalation? Analysts see 3 possible strategies. First, the covert regime change. Use CIA-led operations and special forces to remove Maduro, similar to the Cold War era interventions. Second, direct military action. Launch air or amphibious strikes to capture key Venezuelan ports or oil facilities, installing a pro-US transitional government. Third, proxy encirclement. Arm neighboring allies like Colombia or regional rebels to pressure Maduro from all sides, without a direct US combat. But make no mistake, each path carries massive risks. A military strike could ignite a broader regional war, draw in Russia or China, and worsen Venezuela's already dire humanitarian crisis. Still, Trump's inner circle seems convinced that removing Maduro could unlock the Venezuela's oil, gold and lithium reserves, while weakening BRICS' influence in Latin America. Halsey's resignation then might not be just a footnote, it could be a warning sign. A career admiral walking away in the middle of rising tensions suggests a deep internal divide within the US military, between those who want restraint and those ready to escalate. As one observer wrote on X, when generals start resigning, you know something big and dirty is about to go down. If Washington moves forward with its rumored plans, the Western Hemisphere could be entering a new era of shadow wars, fought not over ideology, but over resources and power. Only time will tell whether this is just another show of force or the opening act of something much darker. Thanks for watching.